Dr. Strangefate from the Amalgam Universe explained. In 1997, DC and Marvel Comics created a universe that was a fusion of the two worlds. This was called the Amalgam Universe. Following a series of 24 crossover issues with each house publishing 12 issues, the comic giants created a world where the characters of DC and Marvel had amalgamated with one another. It all began after the DC vs. Marvel crossover event in 1996. In this event, the DC Universe and the Marvel Universe were personified into sentient cosmic beings called the Brothers. The Brothers challenged each other in a battle between their heroes. The outcome of this battle would determine which universe would exist and which one would cease to be. Naturally, the stakes were at an all-time high and 11 gritty battles ensued. Ultimately, Marvel won 6-5 over DC, which meant that the DC Universe would cease to exist. However, DC Spectre and Marvel's Living Tribunal used their abilities to merge the two universes to prevent one another from fading into oblivion. And so, the Amalgam Universe was born. And with the birth of the Amalgam Universe came Dr. Strangefate, a hero who is the amalgamation of Marvel's Doctor Strange and Charles Xavier and DC's Dr. Fate. He is the sorcerer who protects his universe. However, unlike the others who had no knowledge of the two brother universes that preceded theirs, Dr. Strangefate had gained awareness about the truth. And as the protector, it was his duty to stop his world from splitting into two once again. Before diving into the content, we would like to make a very small request to our viewers. Please subscribe to Marvelous Videos, like and comment on our videos, and press the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload a video. We would be grateful to you, and we hope to bring you the best nerdy content. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Dr. Strangefate Origins: 3 most powerful minds in one body. Dr. Strangefate gets his own issue in the Amalgam Comics miniseries. Here we are introduced to his position in this fused universe and his first encounter with Access, the biggest threat to the existence of the Amalgam Universe. Originally known as Charles Xavier in this verse, he traveled through the Himalayas as a metamutant. This Charles Xavier met Nabu the Ancient One, inspired by the Tombs Nabu from DC's Dr. Fate during this time, who was the Lord Supreme of this new world order. Xavier trained under Nabu, just like Dr. Stephen Strange trained under the Ancient One, and gained control over his mystical and telepathic powers. Soon, he became the strongest being in the Amalgam Universe and replaced Nabu as the Lord Supreme of Order. Meanwhile, both DC and Marvel Comics created a shared superhero called Access. He had the ability to travel across both universes and was the only one who could separate DC's world from Marvel's once again. He could basically access both universes. Naturally, the existence of such a being threatened the new Lord Supreme of Order and Protector that is Dr. Strangefate. However, Dr. Strangefate is technically a hero in his world, so it's not like he is the good guy while Access is the villain or vice versa. They are both doing their duties for what they consider to be the benefit of the universe or the people. The sorcerer preferred working in the solitude within his sanctum and pulling the strings from afar. He would often manipulate people to meet his ends instead of doing things himself, even though he had all the power in the world. He had also gained knowledge about the fact that 2 separate universes existed before the Amalgam Universe and that Access could restore things. As the protector of this world, he took it upon himself to eliminate Access. As a man who works from the shadows as a puppeteer instead of taking the center stage as a superhero, he hired 3 other heroes to fetch Access for him. Skulk, the amalgamation of DC's Solomon Grundy and Marvel's Hulk. Jade Nova, the amalgamation between Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern and Jade and Marvel's Nova. And the White Witch, the amalgamation between DC's Zatanna Zatara and Marvel's Scarlet Witch. He revealed Access's position as a wild card and as Dr. Strangefate's most formidable foe so far. The others then went to fetch Access from the streets of New Gotham City. Meanwhile, Access struggled with accidentally transporting himself to different places with no idea about this power of his. He was intercepted by Skulk and then Jade Nova, both of whom he was able to escape using his mysterious powers. However, he fell victim to the White Witch's kiss and was brought back to Dr. Strangefate's sanctum. After the White Witch revived Access's consciousness, Dr. Strangefate trapped him in mystic bonds. He used the All-Seeing Eye, the Amalgam Universe's version of the Eye of Agamotto, to erase the shards of the 2 preceding universes that allegedly existed within Access. However, he could not find those shards. Access later revealed that he hid the shards or the keys to restoring the universe in a place where Dr. Strangefate could never find them. He swore to restore the world once again and jumped out of the window. And for the first time, he was voluntarily able to use his powers to save himself from the fall. Meanwhile, Dr. Strangefate was left to contemplate his failure. He could not protect his world or his universe despite having all the powers. He couldn't create a better world or protect it from returning to what it was, and he did not have the memories of his Marvel and DC counterparts. So it was not like he was evil or something. Ultimately, he dropped his helmet, which resembled that of Dr. Fate's, and left his sanctum. Dr. Strangefate's true might. With the powers of Charles Xavier, Dr. Fate, and Dr. Strange, Dr. Strangefate gets his hands on the widest and wildest arsenal of powers and abilities. Brace yourselves, because this guy can do so many things that the next part of the video is going to sound as if someone is verbally listing the world's longest grocery list. For starters, he has superhuman strength, durability, flight, and telekinetic powers from being Dr. Fate. Add sorcery to that and he can now cast a myriad of spells. Dr. Strangefate can turn intangible and pass through matter or allow matter to pass through him. He can transmute matter by modifying its atoms and molecules. As a sorcerer, he can also conjure items out of thin air. He can teleport himself across locations, dimensions, and travel through time. In fact, he can even slow down or freeze time and manipulate the dimensions. He can also create energy bolts, shields, and force fields with his mystical powers. He can levitate himself and others, travel at superhuman speeds, grow in size, and become invisible. When it comes to more advanced sorcery, he can banish demons and people to other dimensions, provided his magic is stronger than his opponents. Naturally, he can also summon creatures from these dimensions. He can even take powers from other entities, including cosmic beings and gods, by force and channel it to strengthen himself. You might recognize this ability from Doctor Strange's What If episode, where he absorbed the powers of animals and cosmic beings. He can even see the entire universe and notice the anomalies in space and time, which is something every MCU fan has witnessed Doctor Strange do in Avengers Infinity War when Strange went through all the 14 million possibilities. He can view the past and even the future of certain objects. He can sense magic or its users, hypnotize people to submit to him, and pull off practically any other spell imaginable. In fact, he is immortal. Since Dr. Strangefate's name is Charles Xavier and he is a metamutant, he also harbors the powers of a telepath, so he is overpowered even with his magic. With these powers, he can obviously link his mind to that of others, create illusions telepathically, cloak the presence of himself or others, make others lose their memories, control and possess their minds, and alter them. He can also shield his own mind from similar attacks and place his mind in the bodies of other people. He can enter the astral plane, project psychic forces to hurt the minds of others, and detect mutants within a 250-mile radius. When it comes to abilities, he is an expert surgeon like Stephen Strange. He also excels at psychiatry, martial arts, and strategizing. It is also safe to say that he is a genius. His mystical artifacts such as the all-seeing eye, cloak of levitation, and helmet of Strangefate add more fuel to his already super powerful fire. So basically, this is a man who can do anything, and yet he couldn't stop Access and ended up giving up at the end of the comic. After all, the weakness of any super powerful character is a plot convenience. And with that, today's video comes to an end. What did you think of Dr. Strangefate in the Amalgam Universe? Did you enjoy this video? If yes, then don't forget to like and comment on this video. Till then, goodbye and have a nice one. Thanks everyone.